fuck happened, bro? What's good? What's good? What it do, nation? Welcome for pulling up. We're gonna talk about, of course, the elephant in the room. The quarterback situation has Garner taken the lead, or is it like AP said? It's time to wait until next week. But is next week enough evaluation to figure out who the quarterback? Well, let's find out. Juicy. What's good? What's good? Salute Raider down yonder. I don't know what's good. I don't know what the hell's going on. But this chat is not working. Oh, all right, it's working. What's good? What's good? So yeah, man. The quarterback situation, also the defense. Jack Jones is ridiculous, but is Jacorian Bennett ready to take that number two step? We will find out against Dallas, definitely. And are the starters going to play more than they played last week? Because obviously the starters didn't even play a full quarter on defense. I know if you see my live post game, people said it was a little dramatic. I was panicking, but I was just giving my observation. I thought they came out and passed and ran all over us. I mean, if that's not a fact, then maybe I'm lying. But you know, I thought that they came out and ran the ball down our throat. Whether the first team was out there for a couple plays or not, it was still they came down there and they drove the ball. Not gonna lie, we're doing good until we put Anthony Brown Jr. on. Well, I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Do we need a third quarterback? Because obviously we didn't get to see what Carter Bradley can do, but I've seen a lot of plays in practice and a lot of film that people are putting out. Salute D Menace, what's good, what's good. You know, I've seen a lot of film that people are putting out, and it seemed to me like Carter Bradley could move around pretty good. He seems like he has a very, very strong arm. I don't know about his accuracy, but it didn't really look too bad. Should he be the third quarterback and see more reps from him? And also, the defense, when it came to the second team defense, I know there was a lot of young kids out there, but it was kind of scary to watch a quarterback who a lot of the nation said shouldn't even be a first round pick. There was guys saying that JJ McCarthy wasn't even going to go in the first round. So, you know, that was kind of scary, but on the other hand, it's preseason and you know damn well Patrick Graham is not going to show his hand to anybody. You're going to come out there and play a vanilla defense, which maybe that's what JJ McCarthy was talking about when he said vanilla. He knew that they weren't going to come out there and show anything because, he's a mastermind scientist in the lab, and whatever he's cooking up, he's definitely not going to cook up and put out there on preseason. They're running that shit in practice. They know the scheme, they know the system, so I think it's all good there. But the quarterback situation, have we surprised a lot of people in the NFL? They had us rated 30, what, 28th, 29th, 30th, I believe, in the NFL, only behind the Broncos. I mean, did we open some eyes a little too early coming out there with Garner putting up 17 quick points? I know it was, 4 drives, a couple of them were short, but they looked pretty good for the fact that Colton Miller, JPJ wasn't out there, and Devontae Adams, like, that's also huge. A lot of people say Garner won the job. He's in the lead, which I understand for his performance, but he was also 6 out of 12. That's only 50%. So 6 out of 12, 117 yards on 4 or 5 possessions. Not great numbers. I don't know how they get 112.2 quarterback rating when you have 50% passing. But all in all, for going out there with a mixed match offensive line, no number one really receiver. I mean, of course, you had Jacoby Myers out there, which is a number one receiver in my book anywhere. So, with Jacoby out there, I think that it really didn't. I mean, he played good, but it really didn't show me much. There was a lot of throws that were wobbly while playing against lesser talent. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say lesser talent because Minnesota's pretty deep on defense. Their roster's not too bad. You've seen their third string came out. Their third string came out and played better than their second string, in my opinion. Like those guys were absolutely balling out there. So, I mean, they have a fast defense, very, very fast. Salute my 2 cents. Salute anonymous. Salute, salute. But what I'm concerned about is, we were kind of on the down low on everybody's radar. But now, after the first preseason game, which we didn't even run that many plays, I'm sure Getsy has a whole bunch of other schemed up shit cooked up, but we didn't show too much. But we had some damn good drives. Like we moved the ball downfield. We had some pretty good, running drives, 6, 7, 8 yards from Zeus. Labe, I thought should have had at least reps with the second team. Let me know in the comments below what y'all think about that. I definitely thought he didn't get a chance out there with the. I don't even know. I couldn't even name off the top of my head who the third string line is, but let's go. Okay, third. So third is Jalen McKenzie, Corey Lashano, Will Putman, Clark Barrington, and Dalton Wagner. So you put a man that's projected to make the team, to be a steal in the draft, out there with those guys. Let me repeat, because I can't help but laugh. Like Jalen McKenzie, Corey Lashano, Will Putman, Clark Barrington, and Dalton Wagner. Now, I know I'm going to have to eat crow on this. Did you see the little clip, Rebel? What clip? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I know I'm eating crow on this, but I really, really like Dalton Wagner. He played for Arkansas. I'm an Arkansas fan. I'm a Razorback fan. So I really thought this guy had a shot, but I also said when Getsy took over that he did not fit this system, running wide zone, running. You would think he would fit just fine in a 12 personnel because you have a tight end on the side of you to help out. But obviously that was not the case, and I didn't see him run not too many 12 personnel plays when he was out there. I think they kind of wanted to put him on an island and see what he had, but man, it did not look very, very good. His footwork is just definitely footwork needs some work. Definitely needs some work. Technique is fine. He's strong as hell. He's big, but you got to be able to take bigger steps out there. Like you can't play that and expect to make this team. But yeah, that's our third string out there that they had. So the man had one play on a third and 20 or some shit. Speaking of Dylan Labe, so it was a decent run, but damn well they weren't playing the run. What's in the chats? I thought if we got a battle for quarterback, better do it in the first quarter on the first half, then the second quarter, then the second half. I mean, yeah, you want to see more out of them. I mean, I do, unless they're hiding something we don't know. Like that's what I'm saying. Did we open eyes? Is Aiden going to be the starter? Is Garner going to be the starter? Is it clearly one of those guys? Or is it like AP said, is it still a battle? But do we need to see more, or have they already seen enough? And AP's just, being on the sneaky link and trying to say, I don't know who the quarterback is and doesn't want to give it away, because why give it away and let your first week and second week opponent, I mean, I know your second week opponent is not going to prepare until it's that week, but still, why give it away and let them know who your quarterback's going to be when you can be secretive about it? I just don't believe that 2 games is enough the way that they're doing it. Like you said, down yonder. They should get a half and a half. But then what really does that show? Because like my 2 cents said, you're playing against a lesser team out there. You're playing in a half. You're probably playing against the third and fourth string defense. So those guys are going to look like Tom Brady, no matter who it is out there, in my opinion, no matter who our receivers are. But not if they had that third string offensive line. I was going to read it again, but I'm not going to read it anymore. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, yeah, I thought Dalton Wagner got the short end of the stick this week. I would really, really, really like to see him out there, get some reps with the first team. Let him get some passes out of the backfield. You've seen Amir Abdullah got a nice pass from Gardner Minshew up the sideline. So, that was inspiring to see out there, but I really wish it was my boy Dylan Labe out there, getting some of those reps, or even McCormick, like damn, that boy. I thought he ran his ass off for them running. Sincere. A lot of people hate on Sincere. I've been high on Sincere. I know there's a lot of content creators mixed about Sincere, just like they are about every other player on this roster and every other player that's ever been on the roster. But that's how it is in the nation, right? So, real talk, Raider Nation. What's good? What's good? Salute, my brother. Have a good show. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Real Talk Raider Nation. I'm sure everybody in here already follows him, but if you don't, go check him out. Go check him out. So, also, you want to see all the running backs. I thought, what is it, McKenzie, that was running kickoff returns or punt returns? That boy's got wheels out there. Like, he's fast as hell. So, I'd love to see him get some reps out of the backfield and see what he can do with the ball in his hand, or maybe catching the ball out of the backfield. Obviously, he can catch the ball pretty good if he's catching punt returns or kickoff returns. So I think that'll be big, but I don't think, in my opinion, I don't believe that a half, a quarter and a quarter is going to be enough. For one, hear me out before everybody says, oh, it's the same thing. They're going to get the same amount of reps with the same amount of people. But they're not, because Devontae Adams was not out there with the first team when Aiden O'Connell was out there for the one drive that he had. The one drive that had 79 yards that started from the 3-yard line was a pretty decent drive, in my opinion. So you're not going to have Devontae Adams out there, or you didn't have Devontae Adams out there. You had Jacoby and Trey, and then also you had a little bit of little bit of Brock Bowers spread out to the outside. They put him everywhere. We'll talk about that later, but they spread him out wide. So you didn't have Devontae Adams out there. You didn't have Colton Miller, who they say is supposed to be coming back, might be back, but he won't be back for this week. It'll probably be the third week. JPJ, probably same thing. He won't be back till the following week. So neither one of those had those guys out there. But they also put DJ Glaze over there, you know, when Guard Dog was out there a couple times. So I thought that was a big difference. There was a couple times I seen him get cooked also, but he's a rookie. What do you expect? It's his first game ever. I didn't expect him to go out there and, not give up any pressures or sacks or anything, but he gave up a couple pressures, but he played pretty good. I thought all in all that he was out there. Dalton Wagner, I thought struggled also, but I think definitely it's going to make a big difference, and it's not going to be the same for the quarterbacks out there. When you have one quarterback that's, Garner's going to go out there, Tay's going to be back. Not only does it make a big difference on throwing the ball to Devontae Adams, but it makes a huge difference. Devontae getting doubled, other guys getting open, him taking guys off of his routes, that makes an absolute huge difference. So it's not really going to be a fair shake, in my opinion, unless they put Devontae out there in the second quarter, which I sure in the hell don't see him coming out there in the second quarter of a preseason game in his first game. So, there's that. I wish I could, but I'm trying to be a regular game in Vegas. Y'all talking about yourself? All right, cool. I don't have to talk about it. So yeah, I definitely think it's going to be, kind of an unfair advantage. But on the other hand, when you got Aiden out there going against the second team defense, let's see how he looks and if he can pick them apart like Garner did. Because I thought uh, Garner did a very very good job moving out of the pocket. I thought he ran out of the pocket way too fast a couple times. Okay, more than a couple times. I thought as soon as the play started to break down at all, he was, out running to the sideline making plays. But hey, that's his game. That's what he does. And if he wins us ball games doing that, if he's in there, that's totally fine with me, as long as we win. But obviously, we didn't win. Who am I watching for the Cowboys game on defense? Um, of course, we got to watch Ja'Cory and Bennett out there, but I would like to see some of the younger guys. Maybe Jack Jones not out there as long, which I don't care if it's a win or loss. Salute Ray Love, what's good? I'm not really, it's preseason. Like I said in my last live, that I think the last 2 years we were undefeated in the preseason, and look how those seasons turned out. So I'm totally fine with losing in the preseason if we don't show our cards, but we develop and we figure out who the quarterback's going to be. So I'd like to see a lot more, Luke Masterson out there. I thought Amari Burney out there played very, very well. I'd like to see more from him. Uh, I thought, holy shit, hold up, let me look at his name. Defense, defense, defense. Not Charles Snowden. The fuck, bro? Oh, I can't ever remember his name, dude. Ellerson Smith, number 92. Like, I thought he had a whole bunch of pressures out there when he was out there. I went back and watched the game again. I thought that kid did very, very well. So I'd like to see more of that dude. Like, I've seen a whole lot of, tape that they've been showing from the camp and shit, that guy looked very, very, very impressive, very strong, very fast. He's a pretty big guy. So, I'd like to see more tape on that kid. And of course, I definitely want to see what Tyree Wilson get a whole lot more snaps out there, not just at defensive tackle, but on the end, on both ends, move him around, see what he has. Like, I thought he did pretty well. I thought he had a bunch of pressures when he was on the middle playing defensive tackle. So, watch out for Tyree Wilson, definitely for that. Um, Eichenberg, I want to see more Eichenberg. I'd like to see him. Woo Governor, I definitely want to see Woo out there a little bit more. I seen one play he kind of got beat, but he made the tackle. Other than that, I seen him hustling out there around when he was out there. So I mean, there's a lot of guys. I'd like to see Trey Taylor get a little bit more playtime. Palomalu, I'd like to see get more reps with the first team instead of just the second team. Maybe trade him out for Nate Hobbs a little bit. We know what Nate Hobbs. I seen they did that a little bit last week. So that's definitely huge people to watch out for, in my opinion. Tyree, we definitely have to see as much of him as possible. Malcolm Kuntz, we already know that. I mean, I already know in my heart that dude's just going to have an amazing, amazing year. It's going to be off the chain. That dude is technique's just getting better and better. If you've seen him in the camp with Crosby that they did, like, man, that dude is just a freak of nature, and he's just getting better and better. So I'm not I'm not scared about the defense. That first drive, like I said, I don't think Patrick Graham was showing any hands. I thought he was just out there, and you know, I was kind of thinking it over last night, and I was like, maybe AP wanted to put more pressure on the offense. I'm not saying he's going to let them come down and score, because that would be absolutely stupid. But he did take the first team out there. When Max was out there, it looked worse with Max not on the defense than it did with Tay not on the offense. You know what I'm saying? in my opinion. Like the offense looked pretty good with Devontae not out there. When Max Crosby wasn't out there, it's a whole nother defense. It's like night and day. I thought like that's kind of scary to me because he can't be out there every single play. But yeah, the Cowboys, they got a good offensive line. They got a damn good receiver. They got Dak. Probably won't play much, but his backup, I don't know. I can't think of flipping anybody's names anymore. But his backup, not the Trey Lance, but the other dude. I thought Copper Rush. I think some Cooper Rush. I knew it'd come to me. I think that dude's pretty good. I'd like to see him. See how they do against him because when Dak's not out there, I thought that kid played pretty well. So he's going to be a challenge definitely for our second team defense, in my opinion. Dixon Snyder, what's up? What's up? What's good, my brother? Salute to you. Salute to you. Unfazed in the building. I want to see Kermit Mahomes out there on Jack Jones' hand. Bro, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, it would be funny as hell, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't think after the last incident, there's going to be any more puppet playing. But it didn't seem to hurt him. You left a like. Hey, I appreciate you, my brother. Shout out. I appreciate it. Showing love, definitely. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be any more puppet playing unless it's behind closed doors or in locker rooms or maybe in the rookie presentation or whatever they call it, rookie hazing shit they got to do for everybody, the rookie shows. Other than that, yeah, no more puppets, bro. No more puppets. But yeah, I think the defense is solid, but I'm very, very concerned about if I'm saying, I was being mean to Rebel. Oh, it's all good, man. Shit. All love, all love. At my age, I don't get my feelings hurt, bro. That shit's done and over with. But I appreciate you showing up, liking. Much love, definitely, definitely. But yeah, I think shit, I don't know. I gotta stop reading the chat. Messing me up. Um I think our secondary is very, very, very shady when it comes to, you know, if Jack Jones anything was to him not be out there or couldn't be out there, man, we're definitely in trouble. It's almost like not having Max Crosby out there. That dude, if it wasn't for the turnover, our defense would have been cooked and that game would have been a whole different story. But it was good to see that we came out. It was 20-7 until, like Yonder said, they put in Anthony Brown. Why did they put Anthony Brown in for more than a quarter? I will never understand. As bad as he was, I would have, I guess they gave him chance after chance after chance. And he just took chance and stepped in quicksand fucking over and over again. That dude couldn't get up, save his life, bro. So we love Rebel. You're the only one that loves me. Stop lying. But yeah, I definitely think I've said it a couple times. We've talked about it. Other content creators have talked about it. Do we need to go get a corner? I mean, definitely yes, because as you can see, the depth out there. I mean, DeCameron Richardson didn't look that bad, but he sure the hell didn't look good. MJ Davonshire, bro. I'm just gonna say your name and shake my head. I'm not gonna criticize or critique what I should be because but they're rookies, so it's the first game. It's gonna happen, and they have some gas on that offensive. On the offense receiver wise, they didn't even have their best receiver out there, and they just cooked our defense. Whether it was first team, second team, third team, I don't even know if we have a fourth team, but if they're any worse than the third team, fuck, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. So we definitely might want to shop around, get us some damn one of those corners out there. Stephen Gilmore, it couldn't hurt. Jacorian, he had a tip ball that could have been intercepted in the end zone. Other than that, I thought he was decent, but somebody was getting cooked out there when those receivers were wide open. I'm not naming any names, but damn, it didn't look good, bro. It didn't look good. So might be panic time. Depth wise, I don't think is near as good as we thought it was going to be. Like they made it seem like even Hondo Carpenter talked about, man, the depth on this team, like not only on paper, but if you look, every player is out there contributing. Bro, I know it's the first preseason game. I'm gonna keep saying that it's the first one, but it didn't look like everybody was contributing. There were so many players out there in that defensive backfield that looked like they were absolutely lost, bro. Like they're looking at each other. You want to talk about Aiden O'Connell being a statue, bro? Them dudes were standing still. You're supposed to be moving. You're not supposed to be watching guys run by you. I didn't know if they were in awe because it was, one of their fans out there or somebody they grew up watching was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm defending this guy, and decided not to defend. But I don't know, bro, because man, it's completely ridiculous out there. Like we got to do something, but I think they'll have them ready, and hopefully it won't come to a point where we have to put those guys in there. But if we do, man, it's absolutely insane to me. Like insane to me. All right, I've never done live on YouTube, so I don't know why it's not showing the messages, but I got no messages. I got no video. I don't have shit on here. This is horrible. Share screen. I could do that. Fuck, maybe I can make somebody a mod since I'm on YouTube. Anybody want to be a mod? No, I'm just kidding. We are all here. What's good? What's good? Unfazed. The rookie DBs look like garbage picks. I mean, that's rough, but yeah, they were. I don't know. They were out there against JJ McCarthy, so I'm gonna have to give them just a little bit because I was one of those dudes that said for JJ McCarthy being young, it would be stupid not to pick that kid if we could have, or move up to pick that kid at his age with his accuracy, his ability. You could see in the running game, he was way better than Garner ever thought of being. There was a couple plays where he was, turned the jets on and picked up 10, 12 yards, I think one time, 13 the next. So man, that kid's running ability, his passing ability. I thought two of the best throws in the entire game were from JJ McCarthy. Like, if we're being absolutely honest and not being biased, JJ McCarthy had two of the best throws in the game. That deep one in the corner where they scored a touchdown, and the up and hook route or out route was absolutely just ridiculous. You only know how to time out and block. Fuck, you're doing better than me, bro. I don't know how to do none of this shit. What do you think about the D line depth? Um, um, I thought it wasn't bad. Like, they got pretty good pressure. I thought, like I said, Tyree had a couple plays where he was in the running back's face. I thought Janarius Robinson, I thought he definitely had a couple plays where he was in the backfield getting pressures. Raph, what's up? Salute. So I thought, Robinson did pretty well. Who else was out there? Nesta J. Silva. That kid's young, bro. It's not like his third, fourth, fifth year. He's pretty young out there, and I thought he did pretty well. I thought his motor was good. He might have got beat on some plays, but he stayed in the play. He chased some guys down, so I thought that was pretty good. I know a lot of content creators were saying Nesta J. Silver looked like ass out there, but a lot of people have different opinions. Who else was out there? Didn't see much of like I said, we know Malcolm Coons, Adam Butler. Adam Butler's just going to be a monster out there. So the defensive line the depth's not too bad on end. It depends, is Snowden going to make the team? Is it going to be Ellerson Smith, which I really, really like? Who else played out there on the defensive end? Somebody else was out there that I think made a couple plays. So I think the depth's not all it was. It's not like Hondo Carpenter made it out to be. Like, I watch Hondo every morning, listen to him just because he's in the building. A lot of people say he's crazy, but he's there. He knows everybody in the NFL. It seems like he's always talking to people, so he has a lot more insight than anybody I know. So, taking his word for it, I was like, man, the depth on this team is going to be absolutely ridiculous. And all the tapes we showed were pretty much defensive highlights. Sorry. We're all pretty much defensive highlights. So, you know, they made it seem like it was going to be way better. I thought in the preseason game, but maybe Minnesota's offense isn't that bad. They were pretty good last year when Kirk Cousins went out. They did pretty damn well. They had Dobbs in there. Then I don't know who else they had in there, but they had 3-4 different quarterbacks, and they still were all right. So they have a decent offensive line. They have the best receiver in the whole entire National Football League, and he wasn't out there, but iron sharpens iron, and when you have a guy like that on your team, just like Devontae makes Jacoby Myers better, he's making Trey Tucker better. These guys are making everybody better. So I think the defensive line will be all right. I think we can add another end. I don't know if we need to go get one or if we just keep another one and in-house and try to build them up. Like I said, Snowden didn't look bad out there. Then Smith, there's a couple more guys. I thought Byron Young looked pretty decent out there. So that's another depth piece. I don't see him going nowhere. I see him probably making the roster just because, last year was his rookie year and all the shit that went on with all the rookies with the coaching changes. I think it made a big difference. And he even said in his press conference he's ready to play. So I think Byron Young definitely stood out a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit more of him, but I'd like to see somebody stop the flipping run, dude. Please stop the run. Can somebody stop the run, whether it's first string, second string, third string? I thought the run game, our run defense, which was our weakest point last year and has been our weakest point for I don't know how many years I can remember, but for many, many years, run defense has been just horrible for us. And yesterday was the same thing. I didn't see any great run defense. I didn't see too many big stops. I seen a whole bunch of big run plays, and that's scary. So, like I said, it might be scheme, it might be not showing scheme, it might just be the personnel we had out there, but it could be a whole lot of different things. But I think our depth is all right. I think our safeties are good, but corners out there getting cooked, bro. Corners just straight getting cooked. Ref in the building. Salute. I want to see Morrig have a breakout year. Agreed, 100%. Iron sharpens iron. Epps helped Trayvon develop into a stud. Yeah, he helped him develop into a stud. He's helped Isaiah Palomalu, who is just an absolute freak out there. I love the way that dude hits. If he continued to get better, kind of like Jack Jones, and anticipate a little bit more, I think, wrap up a little bit better on his tackles. I think that kid's definitely going to be a star. He might be pushing Epps out the way. Epps might be teaching him a little too much. Who's Ryan? I don't see him. I don't know who Ryan is. He on here? Raider Ryan, what's good? Salute my brother. Thanks for pulling up. What do you think about the quarterback battle? Do you think it's Garner already? Do you think it's way too early? I think offensive line is another thing. Like, let's talk about the offensive line. I just read you the third team offensive line. Oh, God. I don't know why I can't pull nothing up on this damn phone, but let's go to second string offensive line. So, second string offensive line is Andres Pete at left tackle, Jackson Powers Johnson, who's not even out there, Ben Brown. Does anybody know who Ben Brown is? What the fuck is Ben Brown? I didn't even know we had a Ben Brown on the roster. Correct me if I'm wrong. Ben Brown? He might know Ben Brown. Anyway, right guard is Jordan Meredith, who I like. That kid's been on and off the roster. There's a reason we signed him and released him, kind of like Sincere McCormick. He's been cut, released, signed back on the waiver, made waivers, brought back. So I think Jordan Meredith has potential. And of course, DJ Glaze is second string. But man, I think we need to move. I mean, left tackle, Colton's not out there. We have Andres Pete and Jalen McKenzie. I think Jalen McKenzie plays better at guard, in my opinion. I would move him to left guard since he's a left tackle and put Munford over to the right side and let DJ Glaze get as much playtime possible on the right side this preseason, because you never know in the NFL. People get injured all the time and go down. Like, look at Colton Miller, missed the last 4 games. And if shit don't go right now, which Antonio Pierce keeps saying, status quo, but he'll be ready. He'll be ready. If he's not ready, August 27th, that's 4 games. That's 8 games he'll miss in the last, year and a half, or not even a full year. So that's definitely scary. I think we need to develop these kids, and the only way to see and develop is to get them out there, dude. Get them out there. Let them play as much as possible. Get them some first string reps. Same thing with Labe. Same thing with the receivers out there. I thought Madison had a couple carries that weren't too bad. The run game didn't really look great, but I didn't see smash mouth football like AP talks about. Like, I didn't see him, opening big, huge gaps. It looked like a bunch of people were kind of off on their blocks, late on their blocks. A couple times Whitehead was just out there running with nobody to even, like this with his hands up, with nobody even to block. I don't know if he forgot who his guy was, but there's a couple stupid plays I've seen like that kind of scare me on the offensive line. In the third string offensive line, if any of those guys have to come in and play on the starting unit for any stupid, crazy scenario or reason, bro, that's just dreadful. Like, after that, I don't know if it was completely Anthony Brown or that offensive line, but you could see Dylan Labe, as soon as he touched the ball, was tackled for a loss almost every single time, except for the one play that was like 3rd and 20, and they decided to run the ball, which, they were playing prevent defense, so they weren't getting nothing. But yeah, it's just absolutely scary out there. Who else in the building? You're still with AOC. I would like to see them switch roles and start Minshew going into the game. Yeah, they already said they're going to. Being consistent and happy feet and doesn't let the routes progress. Yeah. Sincere McCormick was leading rusher. I know, because they just kept feeding the ball over and over again. And the fact, that offensive line did pretty well when it stepping on the pad. That offensive line did pretty well when it came to pass rushing, but I mean, to run blocking, but when it came to pass, to pass blocking, they were not very, very good at all. Ted Steele and Lahabe's welcome to the NFL. It's not a very good welcome to the NFL moment. You would like to at least be where, you have a chance to make a play and somebody comes up and just closes the gap or something. But there was 3 people in the backfield every time that kid touched the ball. Like, he's like, holy shit, if this is how the NFL is, can I play special teams? I mean, that's what I'd be like, because damn, every time he touched the ball, it was absolute murder out there. But it doesn't concern me when I have our receivers run into each other. Yeah, I mean, we seen that last year too, where what was it, Hunter Renfro, I believe, in the Giants game, almost destroyed Devontae Adams running into each other on the same play. Like, yeah, you got to be better than that. You gotta scheme plays better than that. People have to be more aware and know the offense, which, everybody keeps saying when you talk to all the coaches, that everybody knows the system. They caught on very well. They learned it fast, and everybody's, ready to go. All wheels are turning, but I don't think all wheels are turning. I think there is a whole lot of struggles. Um, Even Garner, like a hospital ball to the tight end. Isn't that why Devontae Adams didn't want to be on the team? You know, if you watch the Netflix thing, the whole reason he wanted Jimmy G out of there because he said, "Get me the fuck out of here. I'm gonna end my life with these guys." Like Jimmy G was throwing nonstop hospital balls, and Garner threw a pretty good hospital ball. Like that dude got leveled. If you didn't see the YouTube short I made, go check it out. It was pretty funny, I thought. But yeah, you can't throw hospital balls like that. You know, Devontae Adams definitely not going to go for shit like that. So he's going to have to step up his game. I don't think people saying that he's definitely in the lead. Yeah, he had a better game, but did he really? You know, 7 for 9, 6 out of 12. There's a big difference. So I think the offensive line definitely needs to get their shit together. Andres Pete, the play Aiden got sacked. It wasn't all Andres Pete, but he didn't slow that guy down very much. Yes, Aiden needs to be more aware that that guy's coming and definitely, you know, try to go after him. But what do y'all think about special teams? Special teams, I thought was pretty scary. Also, like I think Aiden will be the starter, but if Gardner gets the job, I'm still supporting him. I'm listening, Rebel. I'm just going to the gym, so I might not be able to stay active in the chat. Oh, it's all good. It's all good. They got to teach Lave how to protect himself. He got popped good unnecessarily. Well, yeah, unfazed. I mean, he didn't. I don't know why I can't put these fucking things up in the chat, bro. Go to channel. I ain't trying to go to channel. Remove, report, post. Oh, I could add somebody as a moderator, though. Anybody know how to be a moderator? I could add you now while I'm in here. Where's Dark when I need him? Damn. But yeah, I think definitely Dylan Labe needs to learn how to protect himself just a little bit. The dude got absolutely walloped. Like that shit was not cool. Got to get your hands up. Got to protect yourself. But on his defense, like you can't. He didn't see that shit coming. You want to be one. What? You want to be a moderator? All right. Um, Add as a moderator. Um, Add a moderator. Do you have a wrench? I don't know. I was a moderator for Distar YouTube channel, and I am a moderator for the Discord. Oh shit! I don't even know what moderators do, but fuck, you gonna be a moderator? You be a moderator. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this out. And also has capabilities of standard. Okay. All right. I don't know. I think you're at it. I mean, I don't know. Oh, yep. You got a wrench. It's a white one though. I don't know what that means. All right, so yeah, special teams. I thought special teams was scary. Like the fact that people get the ball on the 40-yard line scared the shit out of me. But Hondo Carpenter said on his live, or not his live, his podcast or post that he makes every day, that the Raiders have some sneaky shit up their sleeve. You know, not to be concerned. Don't worry about anything. That's not the that's not the scheme they're going to be running on defense. So I think that's something to look forward to. Something surprising that we don't that we don't know about at the moment. I thought it looked very, very vanilla out there, but some of the run defensive plays did. I thought it didn't help, the second or third string defense to not be running the system. I thought maybe that was some of the problem out there because, they've been working and training in camp and in practice with and without pads to be running a certain system. And I don't think they ran a whole bunch of that system. And I think a lot of guys were confused out there. They ran a lot of man to man, it looked like. And they got smoked man to man. So that's definitely a big deal. Oh, well, if you don't want to be one, I could take you off. Um, I figured out how to do it now. So, boom. Um, I want to see if it changes the color of your mod, though. Well, I don't know. Make up your mind. If you want to be one, I'll make you one. If not, that's cool. I told Dark I'd make him one. Ray Love, he always in here. Yeah, anybody that's always in here showing love. If you want to be a mod, you can be a mod. I don't know. I guess you could show links and shit like that, or kick people out, but don't be kicking people out because we don't do that here. Let them come in here and talk all the shit they want. If this is Raider trash talk football. Like, if you want to run your mouth, come in here, run your mouth, post whatever you want. If you want to get on screen and talk shit, get on screen, talk shit. I don't care. I'm down with either way, either way. But going into the Dallas Cowboys, what I'd like to see to the second team step up. I'd like to see who's going to be backing up Jack Jones is really what I'm concerned about. Who's going to be backing up Jacorian Bennett if he's not out there? Brandon Faison, if Brandon Faison's not the starter, which it doesn't look like, it looks like Jacorian Bennett has that job sewed up, in my opinion, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Kind of like I said with the Dalton Wagner thing earlier, I'm a man. I'll say when I'm wrong, but I also said everything after but is bullshit. But anyway, however, I said, he didn't fit this system. They're going to be pulling a lot, trying to get to the next level, and he just don't have the feet to really do that. He has the size. Can he get the feet? Yeah. But you would think being on the IR all last year, he would have been working on that shit. He wasn't injured. He was just on the IR because they didn't want to lose him on the practice squad. So offensive line depth is really, really, really scary. Colton Miller, even if he comes back and Jackson Powers Johnson come back in 2 weeks, they're still not going to play in the first game, I don't think, because I don't see them getting enough reps. It's a cohesive unit out there on the offensive line. So even if they come back in 2 weeks, I don't see them getting enough reps to start. So I don't see Colton Miller starting week one, and I don't see Jackson Powers Johnson starting week one, which leaves us Andre Pete on the left side or DJ Glaze on the left side. Or do we possibly put DJ Glaze, who played both positions, or both sides, left tackle and right tackle, both positions in college and was pretty solid at both sides? Do we put DJ Glaze over on the left side and see what he can do on the left side for this preseason game, whether it be the second team, the first team? I'd like to see him get some snaps against the first team. He didn't really look good when he was out there for a couple plays, but on a couple plays, he looked pretty damn good. So offensive line depth is very, very scary right now. Um, Defensive line depth, I could think of 5 players, but then after that, it kind of falls off, and you don't, if you're talking Madden terms, it kind of goes from an 80 to like the 60s. So that's kind of a concern too, depending on who makes the roster and how much they step up. Linebacker, I thought our linebackers played very, very well. You see Masterson out there making plays. Amari Burney, they had at linebacker. They have him listed as an end sometimes, but I guess he's kind of like that Khalil Mack style player. So I thought Amari Burney played well. Who else did I see? Eichenberg, we didn't see much of him. You know what Spillane's going to do. So I think our linebackers are good. I think we pretty much know who those guys are going to be. Um, slot. Fuck, that's another thing. Who's going to play the backup slot? Is it going to be Palomalo, or is he backing up Epps, or is he backing up Trayvon Merrick because he plays all over? Other than that, I mean, is Trey Taylor backing up Epps because he didn't look very great out there either. I know, granted, he's a rookie and all that shit, but you would think with all the hype coming out and the interceptions he was get and the interceptions they were getting, which is another thing I want to talk about coming up later, is our offense. Is it really that bad with all the turnovers the defense were backs were getting? Because they sure weren't getting those turnovers against Minnesota. Is Minnesota's quarterbacks that much better than ours? I mean, according to the NFL, obviously, according to everybody that pretty much did any kind of analyst or analyzation of quarterback, first 1 through 32, pretty much had us at the bottom of the list. So I didn't see it. I seen quarterbacks that opened a lot of eyes. I seen an offense that surprised a lot of people, even a lot of naysayers, that are Raider fans that were saying we don't have a quarterback. No matter what, if you have two quarterbacks, you don't have any. But I seen two guys that are plenty capable of running the offense and look pretty damn good out there, no matter who it is. And if one starts and something happens, the other one's plenty capable. But then if something happens to them, holy shit, we're screwed. And the ship is sinking because Anthony Brown, bro. I don't know about Anthony Brown, bro. That the ship is sunk if that dude's got to come out there, yo. So definitely might have to look into. I know everybody was going crazy in the chat the other day when I said Ryan Tannehill, but damn, it'd be nice to have a Ryan Tannehill out there or somebody with some capability to actually make a play and throw a ball. I know he had 9 interceptions last year, but who else is left, dude? There's nobody else out there. I don't see that dude making a team. I just don't. Unless I'm wrong, and it was the third string offense. What do you think about acquiring Hassel Reddick from the Jets, dude? I'm totally down. If it's any quarterback you can think of, not named Anthony Brown at this point, I'm in. I am in. Ray Love, you want to be a mod too? I don't know. Usually in here most of the time, but yeah, I think Hassan Reddick is, man. That's a damn good question right there. Like, he definitely couldn't hurt. He's been a solid backup. He can make plays with his legs. He's not the greatest at accuracy, but he's got a strong arm. Like, I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt, bro. It'd be absolutely worth taking a risk. But I think it would be worth taking the risk of putting Carter Bradley out there also. Like, see what that kid has. But put him out there and practice this week with some, first and second team instead of the third team, because these guys aren't growing when you guys got guys out there that can't catch the ball. But on the other hand, now that I say that, they're going up against this third string defense that fucking got cooked out there. So I don't know. I think first and second team is all right. First string, both sides is good no matter what we do or who we got. Rebel, do you care if I post a link to my channel in the chat? No, go ahead. You're the moderator. So, yeah, I think, first string, definitely solid on offense, defense, special teams. Second team needs some work on offense and defense. They definitely need some work. Third string, there might be a whole lot of people getting cut, and we might be bringing a couple more free agents than we thought we were going to. I know, Coupon Tom said he wanted to keep that money and not spend it all. and maybe carry it over to next year or save it for an emergency. But damn, bro, if we can't do something about this backfield, we might have to bring in, not just the backfield, but third string in general. Like the linebackers didn't look too bad, but the defensive line did not look very good, and the defensive backs did not look very good third string. So depth wise, we definitely need more. Anonymous Raider is also a new Raiders fan and started making content. So go check her out, like and follow if you haven't already. I just made a short today. Wanted to check it out. Oh, you posted a short? You're supposed to post your channel, not a short, woman. Wait a minute, I swear. But yeah, so I think the play calling also was a little vanilla from Getsy. Like I said, I don't think he showed his hand too much. I think him and Patrick Graham both kind of just whipped something together, the last 3 days and was like, all right, this is what we're going to run. These are the plays, and we're going to run them a lot because it looked like a lot of same plays over and over again just to see what, if they would work. And a lot of them worked on the first drive. You start from the 3 yard line and you end up on the 4. That's not a very bad drive. Um, Garner 117 yards on 4 or 5 drives, however many he had. That's not bad out there with the second and probably third string, because with Tay not being out there, that's some UDF players out there playing with them. So I thought they looked good. Who else we got? Corners. Oh, the nickel spot. I don't know. I would like to see Wu step up and take that spot. Definitely would like to see Wu Governor make some plays out there, get some of those big hits he's known for in college and high school, and be the playmaker he is, man. I want to see that man step up and shine. I definitely want to see him on this roster. I think he's just going to get better every day out there as he grows. He's just got that character in him and that beast in him to be that man and be the best. Um, who else? The safety Jackson, I thought. Is it Jackson? The fuck is the safety name? Safety. Definitely not Cornell Armstrong. Oh my god. Jaquan Shepard. Did anybody see much of Jaquan Shepard? I think he was one of the guys out there that was getting smoked. Are they gonna show me his number? 46. No, I take that back. Sorry, Jaquan. If anybody in family watching, it was not him. Maybe on one play, I think it was, but um, the safety Jalen Grant, I believe. I thought he played pretty well. Amari Gaynor, Konai Muwaga was the one who blocked the field goal. I thought that was absolutely huge. Did you see that big man's hops? That dude got up like he had springs, was on a pogo stick or some shit. Like that dude got ups, blocked the field goal. I thought that was huge. He's absolutely going to make the team because, you know, he's on that I don't even know what it's called, foreigner roster thing, whatever, where he's guaranteed a roster spot. So Sam Webb cooked, Armstrong cooked, um, Phelan Sanford cooked a bunch of times. He picked up the fumble. I thought that was absolutely decent for him to have awareness, because before, if you watch the play, go back and watch the replay, he was just standing there. I didn't know if he was, a spy waiting for the run to happen or what, but the man was just standing there. He didn't even try to get in on the block to block it or an attempt or nothing, but it was a good thing he was standing where he was, because the man ended up making, a pretty good recovery and a pretty good positive gain afterwards. So it wasn't AP's fault that the guy JJ dude just did well. JJ McCarthy did play pretty well. Sam Darnold also made plays with his legs, threw some very nice balls, positive necessary. I don't know if throwing balls is a thing, but he took responsibility. He said, smashed those mistakes already. For who? AP? Who you talking about? Unfazed. Rick, salute, my brother. JJ played well on 3 out of 4 strings. Yeah, I thought he played well, and I know it's just a feeling out process, but I'm just saying, what I want to see next week. I want to see that third string and fourth string, or definitely the third string of some of those guys that it wasn't their fault, but they were involved in the play, or trying to make something happen in the play that got cooked out there. I'd like to see some of those guys with the second string, or even with the first string, just mix it up, a little bit out there in the first quarter, play some different guys. Jack Jones, put him in later or something, but start one of these young kids. Starting one of these young kids might boost a little bit of their confidence. They get their first start in the NFL, or start both of them just for a couple plays and work down the line. Put Jacorian and Jack Jones in later, or if we have to, if it gets bad or something. But I'd like to see those guys get work with the solid defensive line in front of them. Solid linebacking core, so they're not so concerned about the guys in front of them, and they can, are the guys on the side of them, and they can do their job, because in man to man, bro, they looked whack, bro. AP, oh yeah, taking responsibility for some of the calls. I mean, the timeout does. I don't think it really mattered much, because they had a timeout, so they probably would have taken a timeout. I think they had a timeout. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Minnesota had a timeout to burn. So yeah, it's to evaluate new prospects, but and we don't have a quarterback right now, which is a big problem. Not having a quarterback and not knowing. And AP said, he would like to know definitely by the end of the Dallas Cowboys game, but I don't think that's enough evaluation, and I don't believe, in my opinion, not being biased, because I don't really care who the quarterback is. They both look pretty damn good, and I think we'll have a solid team either way. But I really think, if you want to be fair, you're going to have to go into next week, the following week, against the 49ers, and that defense, who's going to play their first string a hell of a lot longer than Dallas is probably going to play their first string defense, and evaluate even further into there. Like, there's no reason to rush. I mean, there is a reason to rush it, because you want to know who your quarterback is. You want to game plan that quarterback, because you're not going to game plan the same for Aiden O'Connell as you're going to game plan for Gardner Minshew. Obviously, Gardner makes plays with his legs. He can make shit happen. He can run out of the pocket. He can step up in the pocket. You can scheme plays where there was a couple RPOs that looked like called for Aiden O'Connell in the game, where he just decided to hand the ball off right away. One time it was actually a RPO, but he handed it off and then just passed it, didn't decide to run or go anywhere with it. So um, I'd like to see Aiden move his legs, move his feet a little bit more, but I'd definitely like to see him get an even competition and an even take. And I'd like to see, you know, in practice, some of these guys, um, not named Anthony Brown, Carter Bradley, get some more reps with the second and first string, and see if he's worth keeping around, bro. Because because Anthony Brown is not it, dude. Like, that dude is totally horrible. Like, there was nothing good that happened with him out there, and as long as we kept him out there, you know, another thing about the coaching that I want to talk about is we kept him out there for that long, dude. Why was he out there that long? We had Carter Bradley. You could have put Carly Bradley in. There was no reason to leave Anthony Brown out there that long when he was just getting absolutely cooked. He's a mobile quarterback, and that's why I don't like mobile quarterbacks as much, because even mobile quarterbacks, they hold the ball till the last second, and then they think, oh shit. Now except for Garner, he runs right away. In my opinion, that's just me, but because that's his game. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying, but you know, a mobile quarterback, they wait till the last minute thinking, I'm mobile, I can get away and I can make plays with my legs, and they don't all see the field very well. And I think Anthony Brown's vision is, like mine without these glasses. I couldn't tell you one letter absolutely on that chat if I didn't have these glasses on. I don't know if it's from smoking my whole life and my eyes being squinted all the time, maybe that's it. But I'd like to see, like I said, more reps from these young guys with the first team. Mix it up a little bit, put them in different schemes because injuries happen in the NFL. I hate to say it, and injuries happen at crucial times. Down the stretch when it's September. I mean, September is not down the stretch. What the fuck you talking about? When it's down the stretch in December, you know, injuries happen. People get worn out through the season. They can't take the same abuse towards the end of the season. Not everybody's built the same. So you definitely, I know I'm not speaking, I'm just saying, but shit happens. It's going to happen. Last year, there was 62 different starting quarterbacks in the NFL, bro. Like that's insane. Absolutely insane. So, and I think that's just our different quarterbacks. So, injuries happen. It's not if, it's when in the NFL. And you have to have backups and you have to have them know each other and the players around them. And the only way to do that is to put them in crucial roles and crucial times, whether it's practice, whether it's preseason. That's what preseason's for. Get those guys out there, get people seeing them, get them adapted to the speed of the NFL, get them adapted to the playbook. You have to get that shit going. Who replaces Getsy if Getsy cuts with a really bad start? Bro, you know how AP is. Antonio Pierce is not letting Getsy go. He's the man till the end of the year. And if he doesn't do good this year, he won't be the man next year. I mean, that's just absolutely facts. We already know that shit's definite. Um, I don't think he showed his hand. Like, I believe Hondo on a lot of things, and I feel in my heart, just knowing football, as long as I've been around football, played football, coached football, watched it since I was a little kid, constantly, consistently. When football's on, I'm watching it. It used to be college and pros, but now it's mostly just pros. Not college as much. I just watch the Razorbacks. But I've been around football a long time. And I know a lot about football. So I think, with that being said, you have to get guys adapted to the team and to the pressure and key situations. So I think you're gonna have to move guys around, and I think Luke Getsy's not gonna show his hand. He's gonna run 12 personnel, but out of that 12 personnel, it could look like 12 personnel. It could be 11 personnel. It could be 21 personnel. It's they're gonna move guys around. They're gonna line them up as you've seen. I was gonna go live on OBS, but I couldn't figure out how to pull up the chat on there. The chat wasn't pulling up, so that's why I started my live and ended, and had to go live on YouTube instead of StreamYard like I usually do. But I had videos to show. I was gonna break down some tape of Aiden's plays, some calls that Getsy made that I thought were a little crazy, even for the preseason. If those were plays we're gonna run, it's definitely a scary, scary, scary time. So I think they're not gonna give their cards away. Like I keep saying, they're just not gonna show their hand. They're gonna wait until it matters and the games actually count, and then they're gonna go. But the fact of the matter is, who's gonna be the starting offensive line? Who's going to be the starting corner? Who's going to be the backup corners? That's the big questions I have. I don't think the system is bad. I didn't see huge run. I didn't see any huge runs like Minnesota had on us. Let's put it that way. Minnesota had at least 3, maybe 4 off the top of my head that were 20 plus yard runs, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, man, peace out, Rick. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you. Yeah, so 20 plus runs, bro. Like 20-yard runs, 4 of them. We didn't have one, I don't think. Like I think our biggest one was by Dylan Labe, if I'm not mistaken, and it was only like 13 yards, and it was only because we needed 20, 25 yards to get a first down, so they didn't really care. So other than that, I thought the run game wasn't really smash mouth like they keep preaching smash mouth football. If you're you're gonna talk about it, be about it. That's just where I come from. That's what I'm about. So if you're gonna talk about it, be about it, bro. Don't teach smash mouth football, ill intent, physicality, pain, all that shit. If you're not gonna run the ball, I thought um, we passed the ball an awful lot. I know we needed to see our quarterbacks, but then when it got time where we needed to see what the backup quarterbacks had, they didn't even throw the ball. Anthony Brown was basically a running back, and I think Carter Bradley handed off 8 times. So, I mean, we know they're very good at handing off. That's all I got out of those guys, pretty much. We know they can hand off the ball. We know Anthony Brown can make a couple plays with his legs, but I think he was minus more yards than he was positive. I don't know, but yeah, I think we'll be all right, man. I think the depth is a major, major concern. And going into the Cowboys, we have to see the first string defense out there for, at least a quarter, I believe, maybe at least, and then mix up, towards the end of that quarter, throw in some of these young guys like MJ Davishire, DeCamerion Richardson, Trey Taylor, even Palomalu, put them out there, see what they got, put Woo Governor, in the slot for Nate Hobbs, because we know what those guys got. But don't take the whole first string defense out. Like mix them in and out. Mix them in and out. Let's see what these guys got. Who else we got? What up down yonder? Rick Watson. That's the question. Unfazed. Also nothing much. Yes, I live on the East Coast, so I get up early to go to work. I hate it, but I got to crash, man. Hey, I appreciate you showing up, man. Much love. Thanks for showing me love. Unfazed, it helps to take a look at the situations before they happen. Yeah, definitely. Like that's what I was screaming in this game. I wanted to see, you know, I was kind of thinking, AP might have and Patrick Graham might have, kind of lacked a little bit on the first drive, just to see how Aiden would respond coming out already down. But then the defense held their ground, I think, and I was like, well, shit. Maybe AP was a little shocked that once we got in the red zone, and the red zone defense looked absolutely nasty, bro. Like 4 plays down there, they got nothing. It was very, very impressive. I was very, very proud of the red zone defense. Even with the second team, it wasn't too bad. Third team, man, it wasn't bad. They didn't even get down there. I don't think they just scored from 40 yards out. So, man, I appreciate everybody in the chat. I'm gonna jump off here, grab me some dinner. If you just came, hit that like button, sack that thumbs up, give me a Mad Max kick on the subscribe bell, support this channel by watching my videos till the end. Man, my analytics say everybody cuts off my videos, and like even these lives when I repost them, hour live, 13 minutes. So man, let it run in the background if you could for the analytics. Help me out. Listen, you don't have to watch. Not Rebel. Oh, nice. Shout out to all the mods. Check out my videos as much as possible. My watch hours are way behind, and my viewing hours are crazy, bro. I don't know what. I got 60,000 views, not even 600 subs. So most of the people that watch my videos don't sub. So if you can, sack that thumbs up. If you're not already subscribe, tickle the notification bell. Lets me know you want to be notified when new content drops or when I do lives like this, pop up within an hour or two. So most of my shit's not scheduled, but they will be. Keep continuing to support the channel, man. I appreciate everybody that supports it. I'm going to hop off here, give me something to eat. As always, we out. Raiders. Much love. Don't panic, nation. We still good. Love y'all. Peace. How the fuck do I end this live? I did not like this format. I guess it is in. Oh shit! Wait, no, cancel. Fuck my life. In stream. Ha! Fucking stoner. Peace out, y'all. Later.